Welcome back, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Oh my goodness gracious, the last of the twin flame readings for August, September 2020. These nearly killed me. What a wild ride. Welcome. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Pisces Moon, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but your dad just calls me Mal. Hi. Oh my goodness gracious. I know, it took me a full week to get around to getting these done. They've been taking a lot also because there's an extended, so instead of 12 readings, there were 24, but my guides were very specific this time. They were like, look at where the planet is. Everybody needs to, that is ready to, right? That comes across, at least my work, really needs to look at their twin flame contracts so that they can do the healing they need to do within themselves and help heal the world. So here we have it. Last one down, my Mer family. Mer. I love you guys so much. Let's get down to business. And if you are new to the channel, trust me, I'm good at what I do. Just exhausted, that's all. So please do consider liking, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and commenting in the comment section. My subscribers, I love you guys so much. For my Piscean family, my Mer family. Just keep swimming. You guys have really helped me on my journey a lot. As a divine feminine empath, I'm sure you can understand. Me being a divine feminine empath in a male body, let's do this. What we are looking at here is a general twin flame contract reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. A twin flame contract is a type of soul contract, like a soulmate, but not a soulmate. There are links in the description box that will go into that a little bit deeper, and in some cases a lot deeper, particularly the work of Matt Kahn, his video Soul Contracts, Twin Flames, and Soulmates Redefined. Just brilliant. I mean, it's really truly for a YouTube video, right? He's so good at what he does, and that's why his healing mantra deck will be the last card down. Not really a divination system, but a healing tool, right? So we'll end you with a healing mantra because his work really did inspire. His redefinition inspired all of this. So that being said, it is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The foundation of a twin flame reading is you contract, it's already written into the bodies and the lives, right? But the soul agrees to the contract to learn how to heal themselves, to learn how to love themselves, to learn how to respect themselves, to set boundaries, to discover their own self-worth through certain relationships. Now that looks good on paper, but honey, no. It's tricky. They're transformative. They're often turbulent, tumultuous, traumatic, right? Because you're learning how to heal yourself, how to love yourself, how to give yourself the love that the other person can't, as opposed to a soulmate contract where it's symbiotic, it's softer, it's simpler in some ways. The alliteration really goes all the way. Symbiotic, I think, is the best word. Supportive, satisfying for soulmates. And that's why I do separate readings, but I don't know that I'll be needing to do an extended reads for the soulmates, because it's really the twin flames that are of most import right now. But we'll see what the guides tell me to do. Really, daily bread is daily bread. You just get, today I got a loaf. So let's get down to work. General read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it triggers you, pay attention, because that's showing you a wound, something within yourself that needs resolution, that you can give yourself the love to heal that, right? So what resonates is if your body doesn't do anything while you're watching, it's just like, then it doesn't resonate, right? I'm going to do a video on resonation. Maybe I'll do a live stream. Maybe I'll do a super chat on that one. We'll see. Anyway, let's get down to business. We are doing divine feminine, divine masculine, two parties in a contract. There will be a center lane. Really, that's the last four cards down. You'll dig it. They're good. And just to say, I've noticed, being that this is the last one, that a lot of these reads on the YouTube side of things are not really seen as romantic sexual, but you're getting a nice solid foundation of the story and what's going on here with the center lane. It's often in the extended read. That is like, oh, like the card of orgasm comes up, and you'll see if you come to the extended. So, but plenty of times it has showed up in the YouTube as well. So remember, not all of your twin flames and soulmates are romantic sexual. This could be family, this could be friend, this could be anything involving work, right? Those types of relationships, really anything at all. But this is the one you most need to know about, Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and possibly me as well. I've been asking them to keep me out of it where possible. but the moon is in Scorpio today. What are the chances? So let's get down to business. Divine feminine, divine masculine has nothing to do with bodily gender. I'll probably say that 100 times so I don't get hit by cancel culture. But otherwise, I'm going to give you the best that I can by staying in the present moment and breathing. You do the same. You'll be able to tell what resonates. Blah blah blah. If you've been watching my readings for a while, you know the gig. So all the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Do check out my description box. There's some healthy and helpful information in there, as well as if you're interested in any of the oracles or tarot that I'm reading. Give credit where credit is due. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath. Oh, it really is the best part. The first part is all exposition. This is now where I get to plug in and serve, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, higher selves, and the ascended masters of twin flame contract law. Please, through this Caroline Mace archetype deck, I need 2 archetypes in clarity to represent the divine feminine and the divine masculine in this Piscean collective. Sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract for August and September 2020 or timeless. Whenever they're supposed to come across it, may it apply, right? May it be truly, truly helpful. Who's our divine feminine here? And who is our divine masculine? Now, no, just one, please. Who is? Ooh, you're all wanting to slip out of my hands. Is this a slippery divine masculine? When were they ever not? Who's the divine masculine in this Piscean collective? Sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. It is only one. Twin flame contract, August, September 2020 or timeless. Now remember, these are supposed to be triggering, right? There's light and shadow. There's each card has on it a shadow attribute and a light attribute, right? You got to look at the shadow. You got to face your shadow, embrace the shadow in order to alchemize it into light, right? The lead to gold. There is no alchemy without lead. So there is no healing without wounds and toxicity. Welcome to the 3rd and 4th dimension. But moving into the 5th, there is stuff that only you can heal within yourself. These are soul patterns being developed. But like anything else, there is a journey. So we've got the divine feminine mentor and the divine masculine rebel. Now, I just want to check here. Where have I seen the mentor pop up before? Okay, in the Sagittarius read, but was the divine masculine. So remember, we have divine masculine and divine feminine energies. And the rebel has shown up in both the Aquarian reading, and where was the other one? And the Leo. So that's interesting. So you might want to check those out as well, particularly if you're not the sign, the Pisces, but the cross-watcher. So an interesting combo here, a mentor and a rebel, right? This already feels very maternal. Now remember, we're not talking about bodily gender, but a divine feminine mentor is just going to mentor very differently than a divine masculine mentor, right? One divine masculine is going to be way more intellectual and instructive, where the divine feminine might well be more emotionally supportive, creating the environment in which the mentee, which is actually the correct word for that, can grow and develop, see, keeping them under their wing, very much like a mother hen. So the shadow side of the mentor, the shadow attribute, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master. Seen it happen. Sad thing. Imparting false instructions, right? So a real toxicity there, because mentorship is usually one-on-one. So I believe in one of the readings where the mentor showed up, there was a question as to whether there was some sexual hanky-panky going on there, and in the extended reading, we had a real look at that one. And it felt like a push and pull on both sides, honestly. So we know the shadow side of the mentor, but that word mentorship is usually connected with an organization, right? Like to get up, well, this person, this vice president is going to mentor you to help you in this program, like blah, 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 blah. But in a twin flame contract, that might be different, but this could, again, be a work thing. The light attribute, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So there's definitely an upper hand here in this power dynamic. Oh, particularly with the rebel who might be like, screw your mentorship, right? The shadow attribute rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Right? I mean, unless you're really fighting for your right to party. Unless you're really standing up, which is the light side of that we'll get to in a second. But the rest of the shadow here rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Please, I grew up in the 80s. It's just like, Oh, I mean, I love new wave music. It was wonderful, but really, it wasn't punk. Wasn't punk. Wasn't the Ramones. Blondie made the crossover. I agree. We love Debbie Harry. She's a goddess. The light attribute of the rebel challenges authority to effect social change. Yes, we are in that. America, part of the sacred contract of America, one of the archetypes of America is the rebel, the revolutionary. Ask Carolyn Mace. She wrote a whole book on it, Sacred Contract of America. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, right? So it depends on who this mentor is, right? And remember, divine feminine, probably a bit more, I don't want to say subdued, but I am getting more of that sort of pulled back. Could even be kind of Piscean in that way, just sort of like, no, I'm going to create an environment here. I'm going to help refine your character. I just hope this is, well, it's a twin flame contract. If it was soulmate, it would have a totally different vibe. It'd be like, oh, this is more like, right, go ahead. Go ahead, punk. Mentor me, right? So what we're going to do before we start getting into tarot, we're going to get two angels. Who are the angels that walk with you two in this twin flame contract? And they're saying over here, remember there is twinning involved here in a twin flame contract, so you may resonate to both the mentor and the rebel. Of course, nobody wants to look at the shadow in anything. It's in the shadow, Pisces, but we're good at that stuff, and we can feel the depth of not just our own shadow, but other people's, right? And sometimes with the empathic piece of it, get them confused. So who are the healing angels? My angels, using the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. Please, who are the two angels walking with them? Even if this is in some cases someone's feminine energy and their masculine energy within themselves, which I suppose is true on a certain level in unity. Who are the angels that walk with them to help them heal themselves in this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless for the divine feminine? Who walks with her? And for the divine masculine, who walks with him? And remember, please, I'm saying him and her to keep my brain straight with this divine masculine, divine feminine thing. Party number one, party number two just sounds a little cold. And on YouTube, pretty much everybody knows at this point, divine masculine and divine feminine. That's not how I learned it, kids today. What are you going to do? The angel that walks with the mentor is the angel of new love. So look, does that mean new love immediately romance? Maybe. It's in the percentile. Sure, it's what you want. Watching a twin flame contract read. But that could be new love for self. Remember what twin flame contracts are. For the rebel, the angel of trust. Now, briefly. What would the angel of new love and the angel of trust do? Right? That's not their names, that's their titles. And we shall name this angel new love. Right? No. It's probably one of the offshoots of Camiel. Because I know that stuff. I studied angelology. My name is Angelo Lyons. What would the angel of new love do? Prepare you for new love. Help you open your heart. Help you prepare yourself. Be open to the experience. Guide you into it. But what would the angel of trust do? For a rebel in particular, like for a mentor, I could get that, right? That they're going to be guided into a new love. Because you can love the people that you mentor in the proper, I'm such a Virgo, in that, in an appropriate way, a non-Me Too environment, right? And I feel that for the mentor. She's like, yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. But perhaps there is some tricky stuff here because with the rebel and trust, the angel's teaching them how to trust, how to regain their trust, which means their trust has probably been violated before, and whose hasn't? I mean, come on, I don't know anybody who's like, no, my trust has never been violated, ever. I see a synchronicity, 10 seconds later, the thing it's pointing to happens. Right? Nobody gets that. Nobody gets that. That's not a hero's journey. That's watching a very, very boring movie, believe it or not. So, now we get the idea of the central energy here, if you're not sure even yet, because who doesn't have trust issues and who isn't at least wanting to experience new love or be prepared by it. Let's do 5 cards, Daughters of the Moon Tarot for a Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit for the Divine Feminine. Mythic Tarot, same thing for the Divine Masculine. In the extended, I switch decks to get past, present, future. So not only are you getting yin and yang both sides in the extended read. You're also getting simple timeline, past, present, future. And then we go to town clarifying with the Chuck Spezzano love pack. It's pretty cool. Breathe. My goddesses. Please, I need 5 cards for this divine feminine mentor archetype in this Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You've got to be kidding. Please. Element of fire. What does this divine feminine mentor walking with the angel of new love want in this twin flame contract, August, September 2020? What is her element of earth? The fuel that feeds the fire, that helps her get what she wants in her earth, that lights the way. That's her element of earth. What is she thinking about this contract? Her element of, oh, if that's 1, I'll take it. It's 2. Sorry, that was not it. I can feel some indecisiveness here. Is that really that, or is it that? Please, 1 card in clarity. What is this divine feminine? Wow. Is there duplicity going on here? I keep pulling 2 cards when I think it's 1. What do they think about this contract? We'll take that one. A little slippery, but we'll take that one. Element of water. Important here for a Piscean contract, both sides. What is the element of water here? What is she feeling about this contract? And if this is the Pisces, could be more intuitive than just emotional. They're not exactly the same thing. And really most important, the point of view of the soul. What is the point of the view of the soul? The voice of the soul, the words of the soul. Who agreed to this contract? Who agreed to this twin flame contract upon embodying? Please, the voice of the soul for this divine feminine mentor, the spirit card. There we go. Now, before I dive in, let's just do the same with this divine masculine. This way we can flip over element by element simultaneously. I just have to make more room. There we go. Okay, nice deep breath. My God, yes, I feel you loud. I feel you loud and clear. I feel you loud and clear, like sonar, please. My gods, I need 5 cards, element spread for this divine masculine rebel walking with the angel of trust in this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract involving this rebel, mentor, rebel and mentor archetype. Sorry about that. Please, what is this rebel's element of fire? What do they want? What is their element of earth? What they have to help them get what they want, sort of lighting the way. What is their element of air? What are they thinking about this contract? Element of water. What are they feeling about this contract? And again, most important, card of the spirit, element of spirit. What does their soul say about this? What is the point of view of the soul that agreed to this contract in the first place? Because it was already written. Well, let's not even get into meta incarnation. That's a bit much for this. But apparently, our personalities are like rides in a theme park. And other souls have incarnated in this body playing out different quantum versions. Ask Matt Kahn. I don't know. Maybe it's true. I guess we find out when we croak, won't we? Something to look forward to. Element fire. What do they both want? Oh. Okay. Well, the divine feminine wants an earthquake. 5 of Pentacles. Now, usually 5 of Pentacles being left out in the cold and all that, but in this deck, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, we're talking about a fast change. An earthquake. Earthquakes last, look, I ask people when I read them face-to-face, how long does an earthquake last? I go, 30 seconds. I go, 30 seconds? That's a really long. Somebody once said 2 minutes. I'm like, what 2-minute earthquake lived anybody alive? Unless it was like a tremor, of course. Richter scale has something to do with that. But wants a shakeup. Now, this might be wants a shakeup in her life. Again, I'm saying her, him, to keep this sane in my head. Wants to shake up this contract, though, is what I'm really getting. And the divine masculine rebel here wants balance, wants that Six of Pentacles. You know, it's not all the way home, but at least fairness, balance here, which would make sense with a rebel in terms of legitimate authority. So with a 5 and a 6, there's definitely an interesting thing there, going from the 5 of Pentacles in one deck to the 6 of Pentacles in the next. See? So there's definitely an alignment here, but maybe this rebel is a step ahead, so to speak, at least in what they want here. Yeah, I feel like these two know each other. Even though it's a new love, I feel like for a good chunk of you, this is a rerun. If not a rerun, a reboot. Right, let's try and do this again. Okay, what do they have? The Divine Feminine has our first major arcana card popping up here, the Trickster, which is part of the Devil, which means she's kind of either being tricky, which would put her in the shadow side, ulterior motive stuff here, or is very, very suspicious of this rebel. And here we've got the 5 of Cups, so this one is upset. So this one has got some emotional upset going on here. Now, whether it's directly about this mentor or not, there's something there that helps them find balance. So for the Divine Masculine to go from the 5 of Cups to the 6 of Pentacles, again, there's a numeric progression here. It's very step by step. So we're not seeing any great big huge quantum leaps here, which leads me to think this has been going on for a while. It's not an ace, it's not a deuce, it's not a 3, a trace, whatever, without a trace. We go right into the 5. So there's been an emotional change that's going on perhaps within the rebel right now. Perhaps it's a maturation, but usually as a result of something being revealed or a disappointment. All right, 5 of Cups. 4 cups spilled, 1 cup standing. 2 twins enter, 1 twin leaves. Twin flame contracts. But these are important, right? So definitely there's something suspicious, fishy. I mean, the other way to look at this, that might be true for if this is the Pisces, is that they get this sense that that the gods are playing a trick. It's like, this is not what it appears to be. Something's going on here. The coyote woman, right, is Native American, is really seen as a benevolent teacher, but has to often trick its students into learning things. Yes, there's also self-sabotage, because sometimes we chase our own tails, so to speak. We trick ourselves. There are many different layers of this, and this is why we're going to do an extended reading, right? That one feels like we want to go deeper into. What are they both thinking individually? Yeah, a lot of 5s. So let's go to the Divine Masculine first. 5 of Swords. A lot of mental conflict here. There's mental and emotional conflict here, and that's, of course, why they're wanting balance. This could be a rebel who is in tumult, who is in a place of change. Really, who isn't? But particularly, we're looking at a mental, emotional shake-up here. And maybe the Divine Feminine mentor here wants to assist in that in some way physical, right? Help them shake it out, or maybe it is wants to boot them out in the cold. Don't want to deal with this anymore. There's a lot of conflict within this person. And by the way, what creates a rebel? Someone where everything has gone their way? No. There's a certain fire that comes with rebel. It comes from anger and frustration, rage, and even hatred. But that has to be alchemized, right, into a more positive force. And that pain is like fuel on a fire, like a Duraflame on the fireplace. Right? It makes the fire burn brighter and lighter, but there is healing in alchemy. See, alchemy takes heat, time, and pressure. Well, there is the heat aspect of it. At least you could look at it that way. Because what's on her mind, the Divine Feminine here, particularly as a mentor, is let's create some balance here. 2 of Pentacles. Tricky, but let's take the bull by the horns here. Let's really get stable, and we'll juggle this, and we'll make our way through. Understanding perhaps that she's dealt with tricky before too. If this is a professional mentor, then they have the training for this. If it's not professional and they don't have the training for it, they're going to get the training for it in this. We've all mentored people. Every archetype, not just in this deck. You couldn't have a card for every archetype that exists. I'd have to be shuffling. I need friends to come over to help me shuffle. But certainly, the mentor, it feels like this person, whether it's a reason, a season, or a lifetime, actually genuinely wants to help, which leans me to think that this is probably more of the Pisces being a Divine Feminine, Pisces being a feminine sign, water sign. Let's see. I mean, I could see her being like, get him out of here. 2 fish. One wants to help, and one's like, get rid of him. Here's the black salt. What are they feeling? Oh yeah, now she's walking away. Nine of Cups. We know. No. She's like, I'm outie. Or at least emotionally wants to walk away. Wants to withdraw, literally the word of the card in there. Not just walking away, going into herself. Right, going in, following the cups again. Some upright, some spilled. You know, I never noticed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 upright, 2 spilled. So that's interesting. I don't know if you can see it, right? But she's following a trail of cups. So, you know, it feels like she's been here before. Feels like she knows this path and feels like she knows what she needs to do inside of herself. And what's interesting is here we have the 6 of Swords. So the Divine Masculine goes from the thinking, and this isn't a timeline, the thinking of the 5 of Swords and feeling there's some sort of balance here. So, So in their water, this is a very interesting rebel here, very organized, or at least synchronistic. They have the element of, in their element of earth, they have water, 5 of Cups, right? So definitely an emotional upset. In their mind is the 5 of Swords. So the earth and the air are in alignment there, even though it's emotional, right? And in their emotion, they have the 6 of Wands. To me, a card of at least mental therapy, right? That process of thinking it out, of taking a journey, but an internal journey from choppy water to smooth, with the 6 of Pentacles, what they want. So there's something very symmetrical. That's not the word. The word's not organized. The word is symmetrical, and I would say with the Angel of Trust, things are lining up. Can this Divine Rebel trust the process, though, particularly if this mentor and this rebel, it's a professional thing? Then, you know, if there's insurance involved and people are paying them, it's that kind of journey. But it's a twin flame journey at the same time. Ooh, tricky, tricky, tricky. What is the point of view of the soul here? That will probably elaborate. And as I can see, the only 2 court cards so far in the spread are in the soul position. So we've got the card of the Aries here. Khalifa, the Maiden of Flames, Cardinal Fire, and for the Divine Masculine, the King of Pentacles, Capricorn. See, the thing about that is that Aries and Capricorn, they're both kings in the tarot, so they're both formidable forces. Now, again, zodiacal placements here. You're not new to my channel, you know, the cards that I work with don't do, oh, it's the earth signs. No, this is Capricorn. It has a goat on it. It's Juliet Sharman Burke's deck. That's what she did. And the same thing with Daughters of the Moon with Fiona Morgan. It says right on the card Aries. So perhaps we're looking at a locked horn situation here, that the twin flame, like, even though they might both want this to work and they might, but going through change, everybody's going through change in this one, trying to find balance. I mean, look, what she's thinking and what he's feeling is essentially about coming into balance, though different types of balance. But emotionally, no. She needs to take care of herself, and I really feel like that's what that, because it's Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, self-care, self-healing, self-initiating, right? And definitely self-dealing, right? Like, deal with your own self here while things shake out. And remember, 5s, really technically all the minor arcana cards, they're things that happen. They're not major stages. That's a major arcana, right? So the major stage that she's dealing with is really about being tricked. Is she really saying, I gotta walk away from this? This feels like a trick. But for the Capricorn here, I mean, that's the Capricorn card for this Divine Masculine rebel. There might be something stabilizing here for them, creating boundaries, right? That is going to learn and grow and mature. I mean, Capricorns are a very mature sign, ruled by Saturn, the father of Jupiter, if you want to go there, Kronos, the god of time, the father of Zeus, king of the mountain, right? So there's a lot of influence there. Paternal energy. Now, paternal energy when it's healthy is lovely. Patriarchy when it's healthy, okay. But definitely feels more of a divine feminine, divine masculine thing here, where the divine feminine, even though she's the mentor here, might have to withdraw from this, which is going to suck because the rebel has trust issues to begin with, but there is a journey here for them to take. Yeah, that's the thing. Soulmates help each other heal. Twin flames don't. So what do you do in a therapeutic situation if this is indeed a professional mentor, counselor, healer, even reader, right? If you're mentor, see, I don't usually mentor people. It's a different vibe for me. I'm a teacher. Both the wisdom family. Well, we got the wisdom family and the action family here. So again, more divine feminine, more divine masculine. But now you probably have a better idea of who you are, right? So let's build the center lane here with 3 oracles and a healing system. 3 oracles and a healing system walk into a bar. And one of them's Matt Kahn. And he says, do you have anything? Do you have anything with kale in it? And I'm like, sorry, we don't allow sweater vests in this establishment. I can't pick on Matt Kahn. I love him too much. It's just sweater vest. And it's not his fault. I have PTSD for sweater vests. I went to a private school and we had to wear them. Oh, with gray gabardine slacks and green polyester ties. Oh, thank God I have gay DNA. DN gay. Breathe. Although not all of my homosexual brothers do. It's an odd thing that way. I hope that made you laugh. It gave me a little dark chuckle on the inside. So now that out of our system, let us turn to the Kuan Yin Oracle. Really, really, really lovely. Now, Kuan Yin, the center lane here is, yes, the divine feminine Kuan Yin, but for both of them, because they both have divine feminine energy. That's why when we cross deck in the extended, it usually relates on this side, but might relate more to her here now. So take a nice deep breath. And breathe in that pink light. See, this is the pink smoke of I Dream a Genie. Great, Kuan Yin. Good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for working with and through me today. Please, can I have one card in clarity? For this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. For this divine mentor archetype who's walking with the angel of new love. And I have to remember that. Walking with the angel of new love here, there could be a real strong feeling of love here that she needs to walk away from. And this rebel archetype, this divine masculine archetype with trust issues, who also in their emotional field does have this moving forward, but more in a mental, emotional sense, moving forward, where the divine feminine is going within. Please, very, very, very yin, very yang, please, what is your piece of wisdom, Kuan Yin, your guidance, your grace for this twin flame contract, August 2020, or timeless? Well, to the celestial mountain, card number, what is that, 11? Card number 11, to the celestial mountain. What I find interesting about that is, like, got the mountain goat here. Not sure if that's connected. Let's find out. Oh, sorry, it's card 41. You gotta take care of your eyes as you get older. Lots of carrots. Lots of carrots. Turn yourself orange, but lots of carrots. Let's see. To the celestial mountain. Now here's the tea about this. There is a beginning and an ending here in terms of how this is written, and of course it's not here. Oh well, I'll squint. It's not good for the crow's feet. Not that I have any. The only crow's feet I have, someone gave to me in a jar, and I promptly returned them. A little bit of a thumbnail sketch here. We'll see if I'm led to go deeper, and then we'll do the prayer, because otherwise there's pages and pages in this guidebook, and absolutely fabulous, completely. I want to do the Ab-Fab. There should be the Ab-Fab Tarot or the Ab-Fab Oracle. Oh no, she's got the 3 stones. Patsy Stone. Card number 41. To the celestial mountain. There are times when divine energy is needed to help us achieve our spiritual goals. Okay. When you do not feel completely in control of your destiny, the divine is usually gifting you with an opportunity to reach for assistance and to invoke divine power, to call to the celestial mountain so that you might be gifted with a far superior outcome. Okay. Peaked as a Pisces, because I'm not really feeling myself in either one of these two, but I like this, I like the idea. Your permission, right? Your permission to beings that love you unconditionally to offer you help is an expression of spiritual empowerment. You empower those forces to come to your aid and help you manifest your life purpose and destiny. So definitely it's calling upon a divine power, but in a way that I've never thought of it that way. Let me read the first paragraph of this. You are being asked to empower the divine to help you. The idea of empowering the divine, I think that might be revolutionary, at least in my mind. You are being asked to empower the divine to help you, to call to the celestial mountain within your own heart, to reach out and allow the divine to assist your current life unfoldment. We live in a free will universe, and no matter how much you are loved, in fact, because you are so loved and respected, no being will intervene for you without your permission. And that's why I pray every day. Let's read the prayer. It should be a hot one. A prayer to the celestial mountain. Beloved Kuan Yin, in the ashram of your celestial mountain, hear me. Please help me to let go of my difficulties in receiving help, in any feelings of worthiness or worthlessness or distrust that prevent me from being guided, moved, and placed in positions of divine assistance for my greatest good. Help me feel worthy of help, and help me receive that help which comes to me in unconditional love now. Thank you. Om Mani Padme Hum. Blessings. Praise be the jewel in the center of the lotus. Depends on the translation. The center lane turns the party. Now you get it's like, oh, we are dealing with a soul contract. This isn't just a relationship that I'm going through here, a business exchange, a client, a lover, a family member. Could be any of all of those at this point. Yeah, nothing screaming romantic, sexual, anything here. But that card of new love, as we saw there, might be about empowering the divine to help us. Wow. Let's ask Archangel Michael, the Blue Angel Oracle. Cyndi Lauper and all. Marlena Dietrich and all. The Blue Angel, breathe. And just as I breathe in the pink smoke, that doesn't sound right, for Kuan Yin, I breathe in the blue for Archangel Michael. Oh, I love you, Archangel Michael. Hi, please, one card in clarity, because you are that guy. You are that angel. Please, one card in clarity for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless, please, for this divine feminine mentor who walks with the angel of new love, and for this divine masculine rebel archetype walking with the angel of trust, Kuan Yin, talking about to the celestial mountain. Please, Archangel Michael, in your clarity, in your truth, in your brilliance, in your being in alignment with divine will. He who is like unto God. What is it that you see is needed here? Your piece of clarity, guidance, and grace for this twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. I had to keep going until it was in my hands. Oh dear good God, I haven't heard this name in a while. Elohim, Elohim, Pathways of Light. See, these are party turners. Now you get, ho, right? These twin flames, at least right now, it's like a phase of the twin flames we're in where they are directly affecting the quantum field. I mean, I guess they always are. But this is on a bigger level. I get why they wanted me to do the extended. It's card number 34, Elohim, Pathways of Light. Life holds many hidden dimensions, pathways of light which lead to other realities and worlds. These hidden dimensions are inside you and can be accessed through the empty space between your thoughts. Not just the gap between the worlds, the gap between the thoughts. So I guess the gap between the thoughts is the doorway to the gap between the worlds. When the mind is calm, you can enter a place beyond thought, a place that words cannot describe and your mind cannot contain. Been there, done that. That's why I do this work. It is the multidimensional consciousness awareness of your soul, the real you beyond your earthly limitations. Now, why they use the word Elohim for that? The Elohim, I believe, are the shining creators of this world. And I do mean the Slaughter Bart Fests of it. I mean, like the ones who created the little crinkly fjords, right? Like the makers, the original gods. But the ones that like laid out the, blueprint. What was the name of the planet that they went to? Magrathea. The Magrathians. Bunch of mice. Sorry, Douglas Adams. God rest your soul. 42. Become aware of your breath. There's a second part to this. Is there a third part to this? Oh, indeed there is. Become aware of your breath. Breathe in light. Just observe and relax. After a while, you will feel a sense of peace. You are in a state of grace. Your thoughts float away and turn to light. Each breath brings you deeper into peace. Angels appear. They are your bridge between the spiritual and the physical worlds and will guide you to the heart of creation. Through pathways of light, you enter parallel universes. New galaxies are born inside you. There is so much love. Your vision is filled with light. There is a still point. There is a still point. You have reached singularity, a point deep inside you from which all else stems. The source that you are, your holographic projection, reproduction, exact same thing as source. Appearing to be separate. I guess the affirmation, my soul is a sacred space through which I create endless abundance. My thoughts and ideas are not restricted by time or space. So it is talking about your part in this creation, about your oneness, your unity with everything, but with pathways of light to understand that you may not know the pathway through this just intellectually. You both want to move on. Looks like you're both moving on in separate directions, or at least this divine feminine wants to go more within themselves. This divine masculine with that Six of Swords wanting to think their way through. So there's path working on both sides here. There's path working. But to go into the breath and to understand that all roads lead home. All paths lead to healing, even the ones that appear not to. I mean, I can't shake this Five of Pentacles here for the divine feminine of what she wants. It's just, can we shake this up? Can we just, almost wants to be left out in the cold, or wants to leave them out in the cold because of the tumult that's going on here. Now, I am getting, this could be a very well-meaning parent, right, who's just burnt, crispy, drained to their last drop because of a child that is just rebellious and in tumult, but now starting to really want some of that balance. Maybe somebody went a bridge too far. Maybe a boundary was crossed that was a legitimate boundary here. And for a mentor to need the angel of true love here, which would mean to love this person again. It feels like there is a history here. If they are brand new, like the way I would think this is brand new, as if it is literally a counselor in some way, shape, or form. A billion different ways counselors can manifest. And this rebel, but there is a romantic attraction here, and it would seem to go from the divine feminine to the divine masculine, because I'm not getting anything there. In fact, they're dealing with Five of Cups right now, probably a heartbreak and emotional upset that they're turning to this, the divine feminine mentor for. Just be very, very careful with that. The shadow could easily take over here, and maybe that's part of the trick, is to keep an eye on your shadow. Oh, that's not easy work. That is a tricky gnosis. Toxic tricky gnosis. Let's see. Let's find out from the higher selves of all involved through the Whispers of Love Oracle. By the way, the Kuan Yin Oracle, the Blue Angel Oracle, and the Whispers of Light are all from the same company, and I really like this company. The Blue Angel Publishing, I think they are. And I wonder if their first deck was the Blue Angel Oracle, if they started with Archangel Michael. And I mean, look at their depiction of Archangel Michael. Hello, nurse. He's gorgeous. I love your hood. Breathe. Mermaid slut that I am. All right. higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020, please. For this Divine Feminine Mentor with the Angel of New Love and the Rebel, Divine Masculine Rebel with the Angel of Trust. Like, this is a tricky one about honesty and authenticity, and does she shake the world by speaking her real feelings here if it is a professional thing, or if this is family. I mean, please, can you give us one card in clarity, piece of information, inspiration, or insight for these two in this twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless? Do something for someone else, and that's for both of you. You both need to kind of do something for each other here. Do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. So what's interesting here is we've got the Aries card here, which does change this. It says to the soul, to the Divine Feminine Mentor here, it's like, this one you need to be selfless on. You need to be selfless on, because I get that she wants everything to change. She wants that Five of Pentacles. She wants, that's her element of fire, this desire to shake this thing up. But with that card of the Coyote, I'm just going to think, unless she's completely honest about it. Like, what is something she could do for someone else? Tell them the truth. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this within healthy boundaries. If this is this new love going this way. Oh, this is rough. This is a rough one, Pisces. I can feel the emotion on it. Even though there is, well, what are the cup cards on the table? The Five of Cups for the Divine Masculine, emotional upset, and the Eight of Cups, withdrawal, walking away. Tricky. Tricky, 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 tricky. What's your healing mantra? Yes, you need to do something for someone else here. Selfless is being asked for, but there's a way to do selfless too. There's a way to do selfless that is honorable. It's not sacrificing yourself. It's not doing something that your soul is saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's saying, not in spite of that, but because of that. This is how I feel. And I want to help. I want to do something for someone else. And yes, sometimes that is walking away. Thank you. Right? Sometimes that is moving on. It's like, the best thing I can do right now is give them space, which can very much be the loving thing to do. So let's... The healing mantra, the Ascended Masters, the voices of the Ascended Masters here, who this is their only card in this game, but in the extended, they could end up clarifying every other card that hits the table on here now in the timelines. So let's ask them. Thank you. My Ascended, they're like, you're not in this one. I'm like, thank you. I'm kind of glad. No offense. Please, my Ascended Masters, one card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless? Because you are the Ascended Masters of twin flame contract law. For this Divine Feminine Mentor with the Angel of New Love and this Divine Masculine Rebel with the Angel of Trust, what is their perfect healing mantra that they can work in this twin flame contract, timeless, August, September 2020? No, that was two. Please just leave one in my hand. Please just leave the one in my hand. The perfect healing mantra for this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. I think you're going to like this because it's not too emotional. Awakening inspired action. There's only what life is asking of me. There's only what life is asking of me, which means you don't have to go too far into the future or too far in the past. You can really just say, all right, I don't know what to do. And it feels like neither of them really know what to do, but they're on a journey, right? They're trying to heal this. They're trying to find out. But there's only what life is asking of me in the here and now. Inspired action, not over-contemplated, overwrought, emotional, not too much air, too much fire, too much water, or too much earth, right? In the action, just like it will be inspired, it'll be of spirit. So awakening inspired action. It's a really good mantra. I've had these ones on very busy days, and it has definitely made it easier. This is definitely a very busy contract. Just want to check. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Swords here. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of activity and a lot of movement here. Awakening inspired action. There is only what life is asking of me. When you awaken inspired action, you are an open, willing participant in your soul's journey, right? So that, okay, fine, then the soul is going to get what it needs. I just have to play my role in this. So I'm going to kind of awaken to that and be a willing participant in whatever the soul wants. You are ready, willing, and able to face any feeling or make any necessary change just for the chance to serve the cosmic plan of the universe. And that's what I think the guides are trying to do with these twin flame readings now, finally, at the last one, to say that you are playing a role in the divine plan in this. It's not just your corner of the garden. Remember, as you turn the soil in the corner of your garden, as you weed, as you plant, as you fertilize, it affects the entire garden, but you're only given your plot of land, right? And in this contract, you can only heal your plot of land, divine masculine or divine feminine here. When inspired action has been awakened, you radiate higher frequencies of light for the well-being of all. So it really is that, you know what this is? I'm surrendering my personal hidden agenda. I surrender, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be active. I'm going to awaken inspired action. There is only what life is asking of me. This mantra is ideal for overcoming self-sabotage. Because look, if this is a professional situation and she professes her love for this person, it better be the last time they speak or see each other for a while, because I think that's how it's supposed to work. Like, there are protocols if it is professional in that way. It could really be sabotaging her own career. And I say her, again, it could be him. Resolving boredom, I'm not picking that up here, and increasing fulfillment. So fulfillment, even when you don't know what to do, and you say, all right, it's only what life is asking of me. What is life, so here's the question. Breath, what is life asking of me right now in this moment? Life is saying, take a sip of coffee, Mark. And look, it was fulfilling. Now, it's kind of jokey as that is. Also true, it's what I was inspired to do in that moment. It wasn't pre-planned. So you guys might have to skin teeth this for a little bit. But don't forget that card to the celestial mountain, right? Empower the divine to help you. And that's why we have the overview. I will pop up the spread so you can see it, and I'll see what else comes to me now that all the pieces of the puzzle are on the table. Ready? Here we go, Pisces. Nice deep breath for a nice deep dive. Magic clap. Because we have here the divine feminine walking with the angel of new love here, but the shadow attribute, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. And that's tricky, sticky, all shadows are, but particularly if there is a new love angel here. Now, maybe this new love angel could be here helping them find a new love for their work. You would tend to do that kind of thing, that shadow attribute stuff, if you weren't fulfilled or if you weren't fulfilling yourself. And remember, fulfillment's a big part of this card of the mantra, awakening inspired action. The light attribute, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. And if that can be done clearly and cleanly here, the divine feminine really might find a new love for herself, a new love for her work, and maybe even a new love for this divine masculine rebel. But what they've got right now in their element of fire is the Five of Pentacles. I don't want to say a forced change, but a change. Something that shakes things up. Again, Five of Pentacles, so often seen as being left out in the cold because of the Rider-Waite version, right? Pamela Coleman Smith designed it with those two people standing outside in the cold, passing a church or at least a temple space, but don't quite see it, right? That being locked out in the cold. I can't imagine somebody wanting that unless they really want to do that to this rebel, because of their own interior stuff going on, right? That struggle of the mentor. Why? There's possibly a new love here, a new twin flame love. But with the coyote there, that push and pull, possible sabotage, a spiritual lesson that comes through trickery of some kind. Maybe they don't really want to pull away, but kind of sort of have to trick themselves into it because that's the wise thing to do to shake this up. That's why this could also, again, feeling strongly for some of you, this is parent-child. Even if it's not literal parent-child, we often find ourselves in parent-child relationships where we end up playing the mentor, but along with that comes a parental, let's just say leftover or projection left over from within ourselves or projected from the other person, perhaps. There's something tricky here, right? It is the card of the trickster. And remember, the coyote is a magnificent healing energy, a magnificent teacher. Not pleasant, though, usually while you're going through it. Two of Pentacles, thinking about staying balanced, though. Like, let's not take that out of consideration. Like, really trying to do this. How do we balance this? How does this be balanced in fairness? And again, looking at the Six of Pentacles that the Divine Masculine Rebel wants here, what they want and what she's thinking are in the same vein. So I'm kind of digging that. Not the exact same cards. The difference between a 2 and a 6, but on the same track. She's not quite there yet. 8 of Cups, she wants to walk away. Now look, is this a reason, a season, or a lifetime? Not just walking away, withdrawal. Going within herself. Going within herself. Where that angel of new love may be directing her, right? To teach her how to love herself in a new way. To embrace all of her feelings and to bring this into balance within herself. And with the Maiden of Flames, the Aries card in the position of the soul, this might be do the self-healing, girl, because this is what a twin flame contract calls for. But also do something for someone else there, their own higher self saying, give your attention to someone else. Do this for them. Go in, clarify this self for yourself, because this is a tricky, sticky, so no matter what happens next, you have the support of knowing I did the best that I could, went into myself, dealt with my own emotions, my own feelings, my other stuff, my own projections for them as well as me. Self-care. So that's the dichotomy when our self-healing becomes the healing of all, right? That's the unity, that's the truth of it, but that doesn't mean we understand it or experience it that way. Nonetheless, that seems to be what's going on here. Jumping over to the Divine Masculine Rebel archetype in the shadow, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. See, that's the thing. I really, really wonder if this... Now, this is the romantic piece of it, I would think, for whatever version, whoever's watching this. If you're seeing this as romantic, this rebel might be like, well, screw the rules. I want you. And hence her wanting to shake everything up with that Five of Pentacles there, but him wanting it to be fair, right? To balance the scales here, because the light attribute challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve, and it reads, oh, I know exactly how this could play itself out. This plays itself out with me all the time with guys, younger men, right? I would be that more divine feminine mentor, right? And just see them as a new love in my life. Oh, you're just so wonderful. You're so great. You're so great. And then... you know, they want more, or they want to be my partner, and that's tricky. I struggle with that ethically, because I know if I'm in a mentor position, it's too easy to abuse that power, right? Hold them back. Ugh, I've played the other side of that, where someone who was supposed to be moving me forward kept holding me back out of her own insecurity and fear. Therapy. You need that, a lot of that inside of thee. With the Angel of Trust here, right? This rebel really has to learn how to trust their own ethics. Trust legitimate authority. Trust that the way is being made here too, with that Pathways of Light card there with Archangel Michael. Particularly, I feel, for this Divine Masculine, they are being guided to a healthier place, but they have to get that they are in unity with all of this stuff too, that it is a journey. We come into this world to have the journey, not instant manifestation. Not that every injustice is going to be balanced overnight, but I have to say, with what he wants, that Six of Pentacles, balance in general, that feels like something that the light attribute right, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Feel like that is well in play here, but what they have to help them with this is possibly to remember their emotional upset. There are Five of Cups, to find some sympathy here. There are just too many fives in this spread for there not to be some sort of shared upset here. Because in his element of earth, he's got the Five of Cups. That might still be in his body, right? That still might be his experience. He might be very triggered, shook up by this contract, in that it's bringing up stuff from the past, unresolved Five of Cups moments. But in the Five of Swords is at least thinking of it, although they might be combative. They might be arguing with, out of sheer peer pressure or fashion, rebelling against the wisdom of balance that this divine mentor is really trying not just to communicate but embody, but it's very shaky with that Five of Pentacles there. But ultimately, there is an emotional healing journey that this rebel may not even be aware of going on subconsciously with that Six of Swords. Yes, a mental card, but going from the 5 to the 6, they're on a healing journey anyway. You know, we're not in charge of our healing journeys. We just voluntarily participate or be dragged along. So, you know, they might be being dragged along in this with that Six of Swords, bringing some sort of balance to their emotions as well. And so they do have that shared here. There is at least a psychological aspect of wanting to move forward into balance with that King of Pentacles at the top. Really now the first message I get from that is slow and steady wins the race, Mr. Rebel. All right, Mr. Divine Masculine Rebel with just trust the process. Climb the mountain step by step. Don't try and race to the top, because the top of every mountain is the foothills of the next. That's just how the hero's journey is, the path is. But certainly you have your help along the way. Even as I'm looking at this King of Pentacles, there are the 3 figures in the background along with that mountain goat, kind of saying we've got your back. It is the card of the mountain, right? To the celestial mountain. And let's jump over there, right? Kuan Yin is saying to the celestial mountain, empower the divine to empower you, or whatever that was. It's such genius. Go into prayer every day, both of you, right? No matter who you are, to do this through me, do this for me. Not a passive surrender, but an active one, saying use me, use my thoughts, my emotions, my choices, my desires, my actions to manifest the best here, that I may heal, right? And as I heal, all heal. It's sort of like healing your own heart, so all hearts are healed here, which is just how it works, whether you like it or not, because the Elohim are really pointing at that. There are pathways of light through this, but there is, right, just like the Kuan Yin to the Celestial Mountain is talking about free will here, that the Elohim card here is saying that your emotions and your thoughts are all parts of this creation. And you are playing the role that you are supposed to play, but do not forget your role in unity consciousness here. That there is always a pathway of light, but let's be clear what that means from Archangel Michael. It means a pathway of truth. It feels like Archangel Michael is saying the only way for you guys to really create a reality here, at least in your own personal experiences, that is not completely decimating, but is actually quite fulfilling, is to walk the path of truth, the path of light. And I don't mean yogurt, tacos, and yoga 24/7 a day, right? I do mean being perhaps brutally truthful with yourselves first, and then doing something for someone else and delivering that truth in a way that is a benefit to them. Right, and that brings us right into do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. Your attention to someone else, which also does mean your care. In other words, include them in this truth-seeking thing you are going through, first within and then share without. But really, to simplify this, and what a great, great mantra, there's only what life is asking of me. There's only what life is asking of me here, to awaken inspired action, to find my own fulfillment, to walk my path moment by moment without having to premeditate, to do whatever is necessary in the physical, emotional, and mental world for the evolution of my soul, but certainly to go to the Celestial Mountain, to go into that temple, so to speak, Kuan Yin's temple, to manifest this, to make it better than we can, to make it truly something magnificent, at least for them individually, in fulfillment of their twin flame contract. Yeah, and I think a past, present, future timeline would be very, very helpful if this really speaks to you. But I want to say, if you're really looking for the romantic sexual angle on this, the only thing that's really here that speaks that directly is the new love, and maybe the Five of Pentacles if she wants the earth to shake beneath her feet. You know, the earth move under your feet. You feel the sky tumbling down, feel your heart start to tremble in whenever they're around. I mean, if that's the situation, we'll see if it pops up in the extended on Vimeo. Otherwise, may the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this twin flame contract, August, September 2020, your timeless mentor, rebel, whichever side you are, that you may go to the Celestial Mountain and really ask the divine to do this better than you can, do it through you. The Elohim, that you're going to heal your part and do your part to heal, and in some way do something for someone else as you awaken inspired action to bring this twin flame contract to a deeper healing within each one individually, at least for yourself, for your well-being, and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. So it is when the guides take over the blessing. A little bit of a run-on, but there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'm going to put up a preview so that you can watch the beginning part of the extended read on Vimeo. The link is in the description box below as well. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all, my Pisceans. Farewell, my darlings, and blessed, blessed be. Hey, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to the extended read. I haven't done one of these in a while. Last time I think I did them for the soulmates, and it was okay. Soulmate readings really don't need clarification. They really don't need extended readings if you ask me. But we'll see when they come around if the guides want me to do this again. Certainly twin flames warrant an extended reading. And let's be clear, you are the last reading of the series. I won't have to do this again until September, right? These are rough. These were very, very rough, but twin flame contracts are rough. If you made it this far, and if you've been following me for a while, you sort of get that new definition of twin flame and soulmate in terms of soul contract, what we incarnate, what we agreed to coming into this life, that we were going to go through this shit because it was going to make us better as souls, right? Why would an actor play the same ingenue over and over and over and over again? That's not a true artist. I'm sorry. Maybe they're doing it for the money, and that's fine. But you know, a true artist wants to expand, right? So from a soul's point of view, I think that being cast in roles, but we agreed to we had to have agreed at some point. Unless this is all a complete shock once we get down here, but so be it. We wanted to be in the game. We're in it. So let's take a look at this twin flame contract. We've got the Divine Feminine Mentor here with new love, right? So we're really looking at somebody here who has wisdom to share, but with that new love, that's the tricky thing. That's the one that has thrown this. Oh, my cell phone ringer on. So sorry. I love doing it on Vimeo. I can be much more relaxed. I can be Reverend Potty Mouth. Oh, I'm no longer Reverend Potty Mouth. Now I guess I'm just Citizen Potty Mouth. Yes, witch work. So I'm ready to dive into this. Really ready to dive into this. We got this Divine Masculine Rebel with the card of trust. There are trust issues here. I can feel that for sure. Yes, emotions have been hurt, either in this contract together or in general. My main concern is how it plays itself out in terms of the form. If this is in terms of a romantic entanglement with someone who is a professional mentor, now the garbage truck comes. You're going to hear it. I'm going to keep going. If this is a professional situation and this is a new romantic love, that just spells trouble, right? There are certain rules and ethics that someone can lose their job, and that's why this card of the trickster, very, 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 very tricky. And if you are the Divine Masculine Rebel here, this is a legitimate authority that really, on a soul level, slow this puppy down. Put your, right, you got that King of Pentacles, the Capricorn card, the message from the soul, sort of saying, slow this down, be boundaried, be bad, be bold, be wiser, be hard, be tough, be stronger, be cool, be calm. Keep it together, because if there is a love here to be had, there's a way to do it. And I do feel like this King of Pentacles, Divine Masculine, wants something fair. Like the social justice part of themselves is in there, but are they willing to do it? Because there seems to be a lot of fives, a lot of conflict here, a lot going on here. And really both on their own individual journey, and it feels like a psychological healing. The Divine Feminine Mentor, that Eight of Cups going within, that's like, this could very easily be the Pisces, right? With the Angel of New Love, it's just like, oh no, I think I'm in love. Swim away, at least swim into the castle at the bottom of the aquarium, right? It's like, I need to go feel this out. Because there is your desires for an earthquake. Maybe that something rocks your world, stir things up. I mean, as much as we want the smooth sailing of the manta ray, we also like high surf, right? We also like some turbulence. Some of us salmon will swim upstream to get laid. You bet we will. So let's do timeline. As I said before in the YouTube part of this, I'm going to take 3 Mythic Tarot, usually the voices of the Divine Masculine, to clarify for the Divine Feminine, the Divine Feminine, past, present, future, simple timeline. We're going to do the same with the daughters of the moon for the divine masculine here, simple timeline, but from the feminine energy kind of sort of. So we really have that balance of yin and yang, which is what a twin flame is sort of about. It's like bringing yourself into balance. It feels like with this balance is on her mind, and this balance is in his desire, his fire, that this may be able to work itself out in a way where both people win. Maybe they don't get what they want, but at least they endure it with grace. Then we're going to clarify with the Love Pact Juxtaposano, which is half stacked with Womp Womp cards, the problem suit. So you ready? We know the terrain. Let's do this. Now, honestly, I have to say, I don't feel myself in this. I'm not really mentoring anybody. Like, at least professionally, I'm not, but that doesn't mean a romantic liaison couldn't come by where it's actually me being unaware of being a mentor. So keep in mind, Pisces, it's a lot. It's a lot if you either side of this. So let's do this. We're going to ask the gods. Oh, there it is, and here we go. Oh, I feel that, I feel that, I feel that. Please, my gods, 3 cards in clarity, simple timeline high for this magnificent mentor, this divine feminine mentor with this angel of new love. In this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract. I know the ethical lines are blurred when there is that kind of connection, and particularly a soul contract, but one that burns, it burns, it burns, it burns. A little Coco Peru for you there. So please, past, present, future, what you got? Where has this divine feminine mentor been in this contract? Where is she now in this contract? Where is she headed in this contract? August 2020 timeless. Now do keep in mind, I'm still keeping the she and he on this, so I remain somewhat able to track all of this in a simpler way. Genders can be anything. It's not about physical bodily gender. Let's get our 3 feminine, the goddesses, the point of view of the goddesses of the timeline here for this divine masculine rebel. Breathe. Because I will tell you, the 3 goddesses that share Pisces, because it's actually 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, is Artemis as the Amazon, the Virgin Amazon, the Maiden Amazon, Diana as Moon Mother, full moon, born on this full moon. Boy, this is our full moon coming up too. It's the one I was born on. And Circe, the sorceress, turning men into pigs since the old days. It's turning them back. It's really the hard part. She had the easy end of it. So let's see what my goddesses have to say here for this. Ooh, divine masculine rebel archetype, because we do like a rebel, with or without a cause. Please, my goddesses. 3 card simple timeline for this divine masculine rebel walking with the angel of trust. Like, is he trustworthy? Does he have trust issues? Please, 1 card in clarity. Where has this divine masculine rebel been in this twin flame contract? Where is he now in this twin flame contract? Why do I feel like this one just became personal? And where is he headed in this twin flame contract? August, September 2020, or timeless? Where have you both been? Okay, we've got the divine feminine and the 3 of Pentacles. So really coming from a stabler place in this contract, right? Sort of maybe rebuilding something or starting something from scratch, but in that initial phase of like, okay, I've got a solid foundation here. And the divine masculine, a seed. Ace of Pentacles, so that's actually pretty good. Solid start. At least the potential here was grasped, the opportunity taken by the rebel. But this, like again, if this is a professional thing, it feels like this mentor is building a foundation in their life, that there is something settled here. Settled, stable-ish, right? Can be built upon. Solid foundation. A cooperation. Does feel like this could be very work-oriented. They met through work, or, you know, that this is, again, that professional mentorship. But if not, I can see this playing out so many other ways. Let's keep going.